With using books and ebooks, you don't just read about it, you see it and hear it with step-by-step video tutorials and valuable audio sidebars delivered through the free web edition that comes with every using book and ebook. Point-Counterpoint audio debates compare alternative solutions so you can pick one that's best for you.
Greetings, my name is J. Peter Bruzzese, and welcome to Tell Me More About Windows 7. In this discussion, we'll talk about some of the more advanced networking features that are included with Windows 7. And in some cases, these features require Windows Server 2008 R2. For example, when we talk about direct access or branch cache. Joining me is Coach Culbertson and Bill Kulterman. Both are instructors for TrainSignal. Coach is a technical instructor and has worked in the Chicago public schools teaching at-risk students to become network techs. Bill has worked as an applications instructor for many years, focusing mainly on Microsoft products. Both Coach and Bill are in the process of creating training on Windows 7, so we're happy to be able to talk with them. Welcome, gentlemen. Now, have you guys had a chance to work with or see direct access or branch cache in action? These are some new features, so it's okay if you haven't, but obviously the audience is curious about these two very new and very exciting features when connected up with a server running Server 2008 R2.
Well, I've started to bang around on both of them, and the direct access, I think that's really going to make so many things so much easier, especially for shops that have a lot of remote users that are running around the countryside, salespeople who just need easy, simple access. They don't want to jump through a whole bunch of hoops with their VPNs. And I've had some experience with some VPNs in the past that were fairly nightmarish, to be honest with you, and I dislike them immensely. So this whole direct access thing, we're starting to implement it here at TrainSignal, and so I think this is going to be a huge benefit. Branch cache, I think in terms of like stopping bandwidth bleeding over your WAN links, it's going to be cool. I think it's going to especially speed up users' experience. I've started to implement that here at the shop too, and it's easy to set up. That's the thing that I like about anything. Is the setup time and cost. And I think what we're going to see is the first user who downloads a particular file or web page off of a file server or web server, it's going to be a little slow, but then everybody else after that, it's going to be super fast. So yeah, I like it a lot. I think it's something that we should have had a long time ago. Along with direct access, I think we should have had it a long time ago too. But what can you do, right? Everything has to move along at its own appropriate pace.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm not that tech geek like you guys. I'm more your apps guy. But if Coach says it's good, I believe him.
Well, you should probably make sure you test it out for yourself. So.
That's great, Coach. Thanks. So if Coach says it's good, you believe him. Well, I believe him too. Okay. Now, what about BitLocker or BitLocker to Go? These are two very different features, so maybe you've had a chance to work with them, maybe not. I know, Bill, you had a chance to work with BitLocker to Go. Maybe you can tell us your impressions of BitLocker to Go, and then, Coach, maybe you can talk to us a little bit about BitLocker itself.
Well, I have not used BitLocker. I haven't done anything with BitLocker per se. I have been working with the BitLocker to Go, and I like it. I like the idea. And as I told you, Coach, the only thing I didn't care for was that if you wanted to go ahead and use it with an older machine running something other than Windows 7, you have to first format that drive as a FAT, either a FAT32 or an exFAT. It won't let you do it with NTFS on an older machine. Now, if you're only using Windows 7, that's fine. But if you got to take it somewhere else, and quite honestly, you never know what kind of situation you're going to get into. Just because you got Windows 7 doesn't mean everybody does. So, it was a little bit of a I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but it was something that I didn't care for.
Yeah, in terms of I haven't messed with BitLocker to Go yet, but BitLocker, on the other hand, I think that's going to be a huge benefit to security Just a quick story, about 6 months after I left the Chicago public school system, I got this big packet of stuff about how, there's a laptop from CPS that got stolen, and it was all in the Chicago Tribune and stuff. Basically, there was like social security numbers for all of us teachers. Yeah. And so
nightmare.
everybody, they were offering this, identity protection thing for free. And, I got to tell you, I was a little bit freaked out because I'm sure, I had just left CPS and my social security number was on that laptop, I'm sure. So, yeah, I think that this is going to be a huge boon to security. I think it's going to give a lot of us a little more peace of mind about what kind of stuff is out there running around on laptops. I think it's a beautiful thing.
All right, very good. Yeah, very scary story there. Thanks, Coach. Now, there are some new remote desktop features. What do you think about those? How do you think that's going to be utilized in the future here?
Yeah, the remote desktop stuff that's new is way cool. We have the new virtual desktop infrastructure, kind of a Citrix-like environment for virtual machines. I did a video on that, and I think that's awesome. I love that. It's going to be expensive more on the server side than the client side, but I think in terms of that aspect, I think it's cool. Everything else in terms of remote desktop, well, I mean, I'm a huge fan of remote desktop services anyway, have been ever since with the terminal services upgrades with Server 2008. And so I think we're going to get a lot more productivity especially for remote users on that. So beautiful stuff.
Again, if Coach says it's good, I believe him.
See, what Bill is not telling you is, back what like 8 years ago, Bill was actually one of my students back at.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. And, I had basically turned him into an instructor. So. And a dang good one, too, I might add.
Oh, hey, shucks.
Okay, well, you guys have some solid history together, and we appreciate that. It's one of the reasons we thought it would be nice to interview the two of you together. So there you have it, folks. Coach, Bill, we appreciate having you with us. We hope the listeners found this informative, and we would like to thank them for listening.